Welcome to Oldham, welcome to Boundary Park, and welcome to episode 2 of Talk of the Town. Right, you're here. Tom, you're in here. Oh, no, hang on, no, you're not yet, sorry, I'll give them an introduction. Yes, yeah. Welcome to Boundary Park and welcome to Talk of the Town. The Reds will be out here later on this afternoon playing live against Oldham Athletic. This is not a green screen, the camera is just that good. We are live, the players will be out here. In fact, the goalkeepers are out already. We are bringing you this live this afternoon. Of course, you can watch the live action from 3 p.m. on iFollow. Go to the Crawley Town website for £10. Season ticket holders, obviously, because it's a away game, you will have to pay £10 as well. But there is action back at the People's Pension Stadium this afternoon. Ballers is open. Why not grab yourself a burger, grab yourself some chips, get it ordered, Just Eat and Uber Eats for the 3 p.m. kick-off time, and you can enjoy some food courtesy of Crawley Town whilst obviously supporting the club at the same time. We will give you a chance to win a Ballers later on today. In the show, you can get involved by hashtagging Talk of the Town. Anyone who gets involved will enter a competition to win a free Ballers bundle. We will do that. We'll read out your comments. We want your predictions. We want your comments on the show. We want your comments on last week's performance. So please get in touch. Hashtag Talk of the Town to have a chance of winning a free Ballers bundle. Coming up on the show, we will have Erdem Konya and Tom Ullman with us to talk about goings on at the club this week and what they're expecting. The manager will be here to talk about the preparation that's gone on in place on the training ground this week and what he's expecting from Oldham Athletic this afternoon. Gary Smith will be dropping by to talk us about through the stats and through what he knows for Oldham, given his background knowledge. And also, we will be introducing a new game to Talk of the Town. Someone said I looked like a game show host last week. This week, I will be a game show host as we introduce Higher or Lower. So, for now, let's take a look back at last week's action as the Reds beat Scunthorpe 1-0 at the People's Pension Stadium. I'm joined by Erdem Konya and Tom Ullman, who are going to talk through last week's game and what's been going on at the club very shortly. But before we do that, a big thank you to GH Coaches, who have sponsored today's team news. Obviously, they can't be with us here this afternoon, as all the fans can't, which is desperately sad. But a big thanks for them to still supporting the club away from home by allowing us to help fund this production. So thank you to GH Coaches. Now to the team news, of which they've sponsored. In goal is Glenn Morris. Doherty is at left back, Craig and Tunnicliffe and Frankham, who captains the side this afternoon. Across midfield, Frost, Nathan Ferguson, Danny Ballman and Taran Alarakia, with Naderson and Nichols up front. On the bench, McGill, Joe McNerney, Davis, Powell, Gallack, German and Hesson Thaler. So 2 changes for the Reds this afternoon as Taran and Naderson come into the side in replace of Matthews and Ricky German. Oldham, first to you, how important was that last week, getting on the board and getting 3 points in the second game of the season?
Well, it's always important to get the win because then you've got the foundation to start building on. I think it's vital because we've got it early doors. So now the most important thing is we try and build on it and try and improve our away form from last season.
You touched upon the away form there. Obviously, not having crowds is a sad thing, and it's a shame that crowds can't be here. Obviously, you'd want crowds back in. But could that, in a weird way, help us away from home? Because obviously, Oldham haven't got that fan. Normally, they would have a few thousand fans, and we might have 100 or so. Whereas today, no one's got any fans, so we're level pegging.
I agree with you, but then it can work the other way at home, where without our fans, then the away teams, when they come to us, they can theoretically, if you're right, and they can get more points from us at our stadium. So hopefully it balances out for us, and hopefully we just get a better away record and keep our home record going strong. But we definitely miss our fans, that 12th man. You look around for souls, for the cheering, but we don't have it. But hopefully sooner rather than later, with the, God willing, there's health, and we'll be back in the stands.
And Tom, bringing you in your role as general manager, you've been working very hard with Chris as the deputy safety officer to have plans in place to get people in. Up until sort of a week or so ago, we were still expecting crowds from the 3rd of October. How much of a blow was that to you personally and the club as a whole?
I think it was a blow for everyone. Obviously you mentioned Chris, but there's been a lot of hard work going on behind the scenes across the board with everyone. And yeah, we were firmly working towards October 3rd, the Southend game, and we're very hopeful that would have been our pilot game. So we were anticipating, at a bare minimum, being able to get all of our season ticket holders in. And then really kicking on from there. So as you say, it was a blow. We had a meeting with the safety group last week, which was again really productive, and everyone was on the same board of trying to get fans into Crawley Town Football Club. So it's a blow, but we're going to carry on so that when we do eventually get the green light from number 10 and from Boris, that we can crack on.
And with that, I feel like a bit of tennis umpire going to and fro, but back to Oldham. This week it was announced that we weren't taking part in the Sussex Senior Cup. Yeah. Obviously, we take part in that every year, and I know it's always a discussion we have in the office about how worthwhile it is. And I know, as a staff and as a club, we do see it as important. We respect the cup, and the team we put out respect it. But could you talk us through why the decision was made that maybe we decided not to take part this year?
With the fans also being delayed, at the moment we're probably going to be losing a further 200 grand on a large deficit that we have already. I know it'd be minimal, but if it's going to cost us an extra 5-10k with our advancements in the rounds, getting the coaches and the players to different places, you don't want to. We have got a large squad. We've got a lot of youngers as well, so you don't want to risk injuries in a very busy fixture schedule. The gaffer always made a good point this week where he said there's players that probably haven't trained for 6 months since March. That's the first time in their careers, so there will be niggling injuries more occurring. Even when the Bundesliga came back, that was the case. So we have to try and guard our team as much as we can to compete and aim to progress in the league, and that's the reasoning behind it.
On a more positive note, Tom, the shop was up and running this week with the home and away kit on sale and all the new leisure wear and training wear. Tell us how's that gone the first week of the shop being on sale?
Yeah, sales have been really good. I think I've mentioned a few times any initiative or products that we've put out over the course of lockdown, and obviously more recently with the shop, have been really well backed from all the fans, and yeah, sales have been really good. Obviously the online shop's a bit of a revamp, so hopefully that's contributed to the sales. And yeah, I know it took its time to come over from Italy, but yeah, it's here and sales have been good. And yeah, if you haven't, head on to the online shop, come down to the ticket office on Monday, and hopefully we have your size still in stock, so they are going well. And yeah, it'd be good to see more shirts being worn around town.
Fantastic. Now, last season we had unprecedented Carabao Cup run, which ended obviously at Colchester. But before that, we had some great moments against Norwich and Stoke. This week was the anniversary of the Stoke game. So let's take a look back at Crawley Town versus Stoke in the Carabao Cup last season. I'm now joined by the manager, John Yems. John, thank you for joining us again this week. One thing you can guarantee with a live broadcast is that it is unpredictable, so we're really trying hard to talk over that. We've got a speaker right above his head, but we'll do our best. John needs to save his voice for shouting at the players.
Yes, again.
John, let's touch on last week first, if we may. A really good 3 points and really important to get off the board.
Yeah, as I said before, you get your first 3 and hopefully we can build on it. Still a long way to go, still not finished improving, and when we have improved, we want to improve even more. So, no, it's a nice little start.
And one thing that sort of stood out to me watching the game last Saturday was that it wasn't the most attractive game of football, but we had that bit of determination. We seemed to have a little bit of experience. With Tony Craig coming in particular, it seemed like we had that experience, but maybe in previous years we might have ended up conceding late in that game, but actually we looked quite solid and stopped there having many chances.
Yeah, well, I think that carries on from last year as well, because we did have a good home form. We got to now try and transfer the home form to the away form, but no, it's not through want of trying, I can assure you. But no, we'll see what goes on, and if the music keeps on like this, I think we'll all have a bit of a... You won't be able to hear me swear like you keep doing on the other one.
Yeah, no comment. So 2 changes from last week. Obviously, Ashley Addison and Taryn Alarakia come into the side. Is it a change of system or just two players coming into the same system as last week?
No, Sam Matthews twisted his ankle in the game last week, and it's just come up like a balloon. So he's in. And obviously Nada's up front. He was injured the week before. Yeah. So he's in up front with Tom, and it'd be good to see how them two start forming a partnership. I mean, you've got Ricky the Beast to come on, and if we need him for the last 20 or 30 minutes, he's improving every game, Rick. He's still, he's learning the game. He's still only a boy, but he's doing well, everyone. You can't fault anyone for their effort.
I suppose, as you touched upon there, obviously Ricky is his first real, I know till the end of the last season he came into the side, but this is his first, as a proper fully fledged first team member, you would say, this season. But Ashley Addison's been around a little bit. He's played at Carlisle, he's played at Fleetwood, so maybe the expectations on him are a little bit higher. How important is he going to be today and in the season in terms of getting goals for the side, do you think?
It's the same of them all. There's no law when you go out on the pitch saying that anybody can't score, so we're hoping that the 11 are all looking to score. Obviously with Nads and Tom up front, we're a funny side. You get criticised for not having a big man, you get criticised. It ain't my fault that the big man wanted to leave, and it ain't my fault we ain't got the money to bring anyone else in. And do we want anyone else? Well, ask me come Christmas, and then we start having a look.
Yeah. And obviously Taryn comes into the side today. He's someone who's been here a couple of years now, has shown a lot of potential in that time. Have you seen something in pre-season, or since you joined halfway through last season, have you seen his improvement that's earned him this start today?
Yeah, listen, his work rate, he lacks a lot of self-belief, and it's took us a while to put that in him, but his work rate, his commitment, all the horrible things that you're not supposed to say, the same as Mane and all that did against Chelsea, working, chasing things. I'm not comparing T to him, but it's the same sort of attitude. If we can get 11 players doing that, at least you're going out to have a go, and let's hope that continues, because that's what we're based on.
And even if you can't hear us, you're going to see us having a... Tom Nichols, obviously, it was his first start last Saturday. He got on the score sheet with the key goal. Have you seen a difference in him in training? Is there is that a confidence boost to him, do you think?
Well, as I say, going back, I've known Tom many years, and he is... All strikers, they're all confidence players. So if he gets one, let's hope he goes on and carries on, because you know what a good player he is, and it's just about getting partnerships. So let's hope we start, forming partnerships in and around the place. You've got Tyler Frost, people like that, playing with their fullbacks, with George, and the other side with Docs. And if we switch around, I think this could be good times. We're far from finished yet.
I think we were talking about that on the way up here, actually, in the van, about you look through that side, there is a lot of EFL appearances now. Even people like Josh Doherty, I think in some people's mind he's still quite inexperienced because he was when he joined, but actually he's been here 2 years now. He's got a lot of games under his belt, and looking through that 11, yes, there is excitement in the young players, but actually there's a lot of EFL appearances in it as well.
Yeah, well, the thing, it's like, when we play the friendlies and that, but nothing beats playing. You've got to play. You'd rather play than train. And the lads, the only way you're going to get experience is having the bottle really to throw the players in and give them experience. And sometimes you've got to take a few criticisms and take it on the chin, but you're looking long term. You know, you don't want to be a 1 season or 6 months blow or bust. We want to be here, and hopefully the club will be here, and I'll be here. You never know. Yeah. If this music keeps on, I mean, I'll be deaf by then anyway. But,
so just turning to Oldham today. I've fallen for that about 3 times already. Turning to Oldham today. Obviously, Oldham have lost their first 2 games, so they'll be very desperate to get points on the board. Are you wary of facing an injured beast today? Eventually, someone who may be a bit more desperate for the 3 points.
No, because we're injured. We've only won 1. We've lost 1, so we want to carry on winning. No, we're all injured beasts. Just to get the game on in a minute. No, I don't buy into all that. It's whoever's going to win is going to be going out there. People forget sometimes there's another side you got to play, but we hope we prepared. And if we do what we got to do, and the fans and everyone else can see the improvement and the commitment, you know that everyone out there playing for Crawley is going to give it 150%. If they don't, they won't be playing next week.
And finally, to the game today, what are you expecting from Oldham? Like, what sort of game are you expecting here today?
A tough game. You're away from home. It's a long trek up here. They're a decent side. There's no bad sides. There's going to be sides that we got to make and we got to work different patterns for. But we're more worried about the next couple of months and worry what we got to do. Let's concentrate on what Crawley's got to do and let everyone else worry about us.
Brilliant, John. Thank you very much. I know you're busy on a match day. Good luck today. You can go and boogie on pitch side in the red zone while I start up here in the Am zone. Thank you very much for joining us. This show wouldn't be possible without a number of sponsors backing us to help put on the show. So here's one now, the Cutting Room. Thank you very much to them for putting on, and let's see what they're doing in Crawley. So we are waiting for Gary Smith. He's just doing some radio broadcasts. But before he comes in, I mentioned earlier on about the kit being on sale in the shop. If you haven't had a chance to see those kits, let's take a look at them now.
This is my club.
This is my club.
This is my club.
This is my club.
These are our colours.
And these are our colours.
And these are our colours.
And these are our colours.
Yeah, this shirt is from 1994-95 season. And in the last 10 games of the season we remained undefeated, winning 8, drawing 2 and finished a respectable 11th. Joff hit the bar in the last minute, hello Richard Brodie at Old Trafford, and we went out of the cup. But it was an interesting season. and one that paved the way for future years of success.
In this shirt, I witnessed our left back Ian Payne save a penalty from Steve Claridge on our way to winning the league title in 2004.
My favourite memory in this shirt, season 16-17, and we played Luton and we were already winning half-time 1-0 with a James Collins goal. Second half, Enzio scores a 93rd minute goal, dinks it over the keeper, and we beat Luton 2-0. He runs into the crowd, and all of a sudden the fans and the players, there's a new sense of unity. It was brilliant.
My favourite memories in the 2012-2013 season, where you beat Sheffield United 2-0 away from goals from Billy Clark and Paul Hayes.
This is my club. And these are our colours.
So we're back here. We are being trumped by the BBC. Can you believe it? Gary Smith is, as we speak, we can see him. He's doing a live fill-up for the BBC. He will be joining us very shortly to talk about Oldham. In the meantime, we'll have to put up with Tom. Sorry, Tom, you're back in at the last minute. A late recall. There is lots good to come. Higher or lower later on is going to be special. That's all I can say. Tom, we've just been looking at some of the stuff for the shop. Obviously the shirts and the leisure wear. Talk us through what I mean. Obviously, I was part of putting the kit together. It's a lot different this year in fact that it's very personalised. That's something we get with Araya, isn't it?
Yeah, so obviously the reason we go with Araya is because we can have some more of those bespoke designs. So you mentioned, some of the features we've got on this year's kit. Obviously the town team together on the back, the detail on the front of the shirt. And then the away kit, we've gone with something completely different with the black and grey stripes as we just saw. The away kit we have a bit more freedom with in terms of design. Obviously with the home you can't go too far away from sort of your classic red shirts.
It's very difficult with the home shirt, and maybe I think next year we'll be looking to talk to the fans, because obviously as a big Crawley fan myself for years, I've been seeing kits in the past and gone, there's too much white, or why are we black, we should be red with a white trim. And so obviously I've been heavily influencing the kits over the last few years and keeping it, trying to do something different with it, but ultimately keep it a red shirt with white trims. But we've obviously got to do something different next year, and that's maybe something the fans can get involved in.
Yeah, well, we've already started looking at designs, or at least thinking about designs of what we can do for next season. And as you mentioned, I think we'll maybe go for something a bit more quirky for the home kit, whilst not straying too far away from, as you mentioned, your traditional red shirt, red socks, red shorts. The away kit last season, the white and blue went down really well, and as I mentioned previously, the black away shirt also has gone down really well so far this season.
I think we're very lucky with Araya, who you'll notice, I get people coming up to me and go, why are we not with Adidas, or why are we not with Nike? Well, the reason we're not with Nike or Adidas, or even when we had Puma, you have to order in such large quantities that actually for a club of our size, we don't always want 50 t-shirts in the shop because we're not going to sell them. That's just a matter of fact. So with Araya, obviously you get smaller quantities, so that helps us. Something else we've got available in the shop is the red wall, which I know you've seen the proofs for this week, and I know Far Signs, our official signage company. I went into a bit of commercial manager mode there. Far Signs, our official signage partner. Obviously they've been working on the red wall. Is that'll be coming soon, I assume? Are you going to add the proofs?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we got the proofs last week. The uptake on that's been fantastic as well. So they'll be installed hopefully this next coming week. We'll be up before the South End game. Obviously fans won't be at the South End game, but during the week, if you're coming into shops to get your new shirts, then you'll be able to see your name up on the wall if you've ordered one. And if not, pop into the shop, sign up, equally go online and put your name and your message of support up on the red wall. And
I think that's the sort of thing that obviously without fans in the ground, people aren't buying tickets. That is the sort of thing where actually us as a club really need the fan base to support. Little things like that all add up. £25 a brick. So like that sort of thing all adds up. If 100 people get involved in that, obviously that's important money for the club that can help us engagement. So that's really important, I suppose.
Yeah, anything financial at the moment that brings money into the club's crucial. We've obviously touched a lot on the shop this week, but the revenue that's been made from that it really is invaluable. We did our sales last season were really good on the opening day, where we obviously had the truck came down, the manager at the time, and a few players. Obviously, because of the situation, we couldn't do that this season, but sales aren't too far off that at all. So that just highlights that, irrespective of from it being an experience, I suppose, on the kit launch, the fans have backed it, and it's been brilliant.
And in a moment, we're going to take a look at someone who supported the talk of the town, Driverwood Paintballing Centre. We're going to see an advert from them very shortly. But if you are an individual or a company who likes what we're doing here, and we want to try and put this on, obviously there is a cost to it that the club is having to bear. We're really trying to get a lot of supporters, which have actually made it possible to do 2 shows. If you'd like to make a donation, please do get in touch with me at joecomper@crawleytownfc.com, so we can try and continue, particularly while these games are behind closed doors, try and continue to put these shows on. So one of those companies that have backed us to put on this production today is Driverwood Paintballing Session. Let's see an advert that they've had made in the last couple of weeks. So once again, a huge thank you to Driverwood Paintballing for backing the show and backing the football club to put on this production. We may have a late sub here on Talk of the Town. I can see the legendary Travel Ken looking to come down and hopefully take part in higher or lower. So we'll wait that as Ken makes his way down from the press box. He's probably been eating a pie pre-match, something like that. Tom, whilst we wait for Ken, let's talk through the team. Something we discussed on the bus on the way up here. There's a lot of experience in this side, maybe compared to the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think maybe what we've been lacking so far this season is just maybe being in the right place at the right time, and that's something that experience bring with you. Obviously, you look across that back line, Tony Craig, George Frank and Glenn Morris, all experienced players in the game, and I think certainly away from home, that's maybe what we've been lacking at certain times, is just a bit of nous to, right place, right time, get the ball out. So I'm
sure they're turning this music up. They're trying to kill us. We will not be stopped.
I can see that there's a guy up in the control who keeps looking at me. It's because they're jealous.
Travel Ken is almost here. He'll be with us shortly. We'll get Ken mic'd up. Here he comes. Big old steps of Ken. Obviously, Tom, you've seen all of the pre-season games, and you've seen all the competitive games we've played so far. Which of the new signings? I'm multitasking here. I'm pro and everything. Hang on, Ken. Hang on. You just get my up. Which of the new signings have you most been impressed with? Are you most looking forward to seeing in the red for the rest of the season?
I think Tyler Frost has been the bright spark so far this season. Obviously, he had his cameo coming on at Grimsby. He looks really exciting. We saw it. We spoke about it coming up on the bus, that he's got a similar sort of mould to Reece, which unfortunately I don't think we see too much of him this season. But he's energetic. He's got plenty on the ball, and I think it's just one of those things that when it falls to him, I think we're going to see a lot from him. So hopefully that can start today.
I'm delighted to say the legendary Travel Ken. We've just spent about 4 hours trying to get Ken to come and take part in higher lower. He refused, but he's been forced into it. Ken, thank you very much for joining us. Now, obviously, as you can see, Talk of the Town is a high-budget production. We have whiteboards as sponsored by Farsigned. Here it is, Talk of the higher or lower, higher or lower.
Higher or lower with Talk of the Town.
So, we are here with higher or lower. The rules of the game are very simple, Ken and Tom. I will give you a fact, and you have to say whether the other person is higher or lower. It's really simple. You'll get the game. So, here we go. In the 2018 and 19 season, so not the season just gone, play along at home, not the season just gone, the season before that, Danny Bullman made 41 appearances in all competitions. Did Panuche Kamara make more or less? So higher if you think he made more, lower if you think he made less than 41 appearances. Oh, the tension here on higher or lower. Okay, reveal your answers. Okay, Tom has gone higher, Ken has gone lower. I can reveal, it was higher. Panuche, Tom, mark your board, you've got a point. Ken, you're 1-0 down. You wish you never come, didn't you? You wish you hadn't made the journey. You might Ken, you're allowed to talk. Okay, yeah. How many did I think it was 51, didn't write it down. As I said, budget game, wrote this on the way here. So there you go. But it was definitely higher. Question 2. Crawley Town were believed to be formed in 1896, so 124 years ago. Have Oldham Athletic existed a higher amount of years or a lower amount of years? So Crawley Town have existed 124 years. Oldham a higher number or a lower number? Okay, reveal your answers. Both gone higher. You're copying. I can't see him from here, Joe. He's still out of breath from getting down the stairs. I can reveal the answer is lower. Oldham 121 years old, whereas Crawley are 124. Still 1-0 to Tom. Question 3. That's another Oldham related question. In 1993-94 season, Oldham were in the Premier League. But did they finish higher or lower than Swindon? Come on, Ken, this is one for you, one for the old guard.
Okay, thank you. That's a bit random.
As I said, budget game. So did they finish higher in the league or lower in the league than Swindon Town? Okay. Ken, you have gone higher. He's getting into it now, he's even got the game show voice. Tom, you have gone lower.
Is this the equaliser?
I can reveal Oldham finished 23rd and Swindon finished 24th. So the answer is higher. Game on. Attention, the audience at home. What is left of the audience at home? Game on. It's on the edge of their seats. Okay. So the next question. 2 new signings this year. Tom Nichols and Sam Matthews. Is Tom Nichols higher or lower in age than Sam Matthews? So is Tom Nichols higher in age or lower in age than Sam Matthews?
So this should be called older or younger, this?
Yeah, well, listen, higher or lower. I've worded the question to make it work. So is Tom Nichols higher or lower in age than Sam Matthews?
He's your neighbour, isn't he now?
Tom, we'll go with you first. You have gone higher. Ken, you have gone lower. Oh, God, that tension. I can reveal Tom Nichols is 28, Sam Matthews 23. The answer is higher. Tom leads 2-1. Okay, last one of this round. Gary is making his way. Don't panic, everyone. We'll have some serious content any second now. Special 5. In which season? So in the season 2019-2020, so the season just gone, Crawley got 48 points. The season before that, did they get a higher number of points or a lower number of points? The last season they got 48 points. The season before, did they get a higher number of points than 48 or a lower number of points? Ken, you have gone lower. Tom? Lower. I can reveal it is actually higher, I'm afraid, because last season there was 9 games less. So the season finished with 9 games. The season before they got 56. Only a 5-point difference, despite 9 games. Despite 9 games difference. Okay, question 6, slightly different. Ken, I'm going to come to you first. Jimmy Smith, your Reds captain. You need to write down how many appearances do you think Jimmy Smith made for Crawley Town? Very reliable source, Wikipedia. According to them, did Jimmy Smith, how many appearances do you think he made? Take time, Ken, we're live.
Okay.
Ken has gone 130 appearances. Tom, higher? No, he's quick. Oh no, higher or lower? Higher or lower? You don't guess the number. Are you going higher than 130 or lower?
I'm going complete guesswork and I'm going higher, 131.
The answer is 169, but higher is correct, so that's another point for Tom. Hang on, Ken, hang on. So 3-1 to Tom. Don't worry, this is almost coming to an end. Okay, so Tom, this time. Mark Connolly, former Red. I need you to write down how many appearances you think he made for the Reds. Ken, you're going to have to guess higher or lower. We've gone, Tom, 178, higher or lower. Mark Connolly, 100. I'm proper getting into game show host here. Higher or lower, 178 appearances. Ken has gone lower. I can reveal it's higher. It was 193. Obviously, 2 spells for the Reds. There's another point to Tom. He's streaking away here. 4-1. We'll do one more of these. Okay. Current. If I need 2 more, so it's fair. We like fairness. Tom, Glenn Morris, how many appearances for the Reds? $217. Ken, higher or lower? We're going to go to a Ballers advert after this to whet the appetite.
I've had a mare with that.
Lower.
I can confirm it's 168. It is lower. That's a point to Ken. It's 4-2. Okay. If Ken gets this right, we'll see what the score is.
Extra time is.
Lewis Young, Ken.
Yes.
How many appearances for the Reds for Lewis Young?
Blimey.
Play along at home. Shout at your TV screens or your computers, wherever you are watching us live here from, wondering what on earth you are doing on a Saturday watching this nonsense. Ken says 206. Tom, higher or lower? Tom has gone higher. I can reveal it's 240. Tom is correct. It makes it 5-2. He's come all the way from the press area for a 5-2 defeat. Ken, no, we're so sorry, Ken. Wait until the van, until we're off air at least. We've got 4 hours home where we can do that sort of thing. Okay. My wife might be watching. Let's see, as I said, Ballers is open at the People's Pension Stadium. If you would like to grab some food, please do. Thank you to Tom, thank you Ken. Ballers.
My God, it's higher or lower with Talk of the Town.
We are back and I am joined at the Boundary Park Disco by BBC commentator Gary. Gary, firstly, the BBC and Brighton and Hove Albion, I understand, trumping Talk of the Town. We'll talk about that off air afterwards. But for now, your expertise. Firstly, let's look at last week's game. What did you make of last week's win at home to Scunthorpe?
I thought it was hard fought. I thought the lads did well to get themselves an early lead in the game. Great for Tom Nichols to obviously score on his home debut. And then it was not back to the wall stuff, because I don't remember Glenn having a huge amount to do. I think the partnership of Tunnicliffe and Craig in the centre of defence is coming together really, really nicely. Obviously no surprise that there's no changes to the back 5 as it were today, including Glenn in goal as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was hard fought. but I thought it was important for the boys to get over the line.
And I thought it was a big difference in Saturday's game to the previous Saturday against Port Vale, particularly Jordan Tunnicliffe and Tony Craig, because I've been quite excited. I think I'll go on about Tony Craig a lot. I've been quite excited about seeing them as a partnership, thinking we're going to be quite solid. And at Port Vale, I was thinking, oh, maybe not. But actually, last week they were rock solid, as you say.
I think that's just the thing that's going to come, as we spoke about last week, Joe. In time, the more they play together, the more they get to know each other's game, where each other is likely to be when the ball is coming into the box, etc., etc.
And obviously in Oldham, we've tried not. It used to really wind me up when everyone used to say Harry kills Crawley Town, but it obviously is Harry kills Oldham now.
Yeah.
Obviously we've watched plenty of football from Harry's Crawley side, and obviously went on to Notts County. What are you expecting to see today from his Oldham side?
I think they'll try and play in a certain way, because I think Crawley always did. I mean, when I started commentating for Crawley, I didn't see that much of Harry before he sort of up sticks and went to Notts County. But you can see that the side like to try and play in a certain way. Sweeping changes he's obviously made here over the summer. I think made about 19 new signings. Got one on board as well yesterday. He's obviously gone back to one of his old haunts of Leeds. Brought somebody in who's gone straight into the side today to play in the midfield area. They're yet to score in the league and yet to get themselves a point. This is a great opportunity for Crawley Town here today to get that elusive away win that we spoke about, Joe.
And I touched on this with the manager, and obviously he was going to say it, like he's going to say what he did earlier on. I was like, do you think Oldham being 2 games in with no points, us having won the game, do you think there'll be a difference in mentality between the two sides? Will Oldham be a little bit more desperate for the 3 points, maybe a bit tighter, having lost 2 already, whereas Crawley obviously 3 points or more? Will we be a little bit more relaxed? Do you think last week and the last 2 games in the open season will make a difference to this game here?
No, not overly, Joe. I don't think so. I think Crawley, I think the mentality of John and that he will have instilled into the players, and Lee as well, I think will be the fact that, forgetting about the fact that they've not been able to win away for so long, I think this will just be seen as a great opportunity for Crawley to pick up 3 points, whether we were at home today or away at Oldham or away at wherever we happen to be. It just so happens to be that this is the game, and I think John quite rightly takes one game at a time, and I think he'll just see this as another possibility of getting at least a point. You know his philosophy, you start with a point. If you've got a point at the end, you've done well. If you've got 3 points, you've done even better. He won't want to come away from here today with nothing to show for it at all.
And I think the last game before lockdown, if I remember correctly, was a 3-0 win at the People's Stadium against Oldham.
Yeah.
What's our record like against Oldham in general?
It's not too bad, to be honest with you. I think there's been about 11 previous meetings. I'll just refer to the correct page on my notes if I can, Joe, if I can turn the page over, as it were. 10 previous meetings. Oldham have won 5 and Crawley have won 3. There's been 2 draws, and Oldham lead 12 goals to 11 in terms of the goals that have been scored in those games. Last season, both home victories, weren't they? Oldham won by 2 runs here after Crawley went in front, and that was one of the games, the few away games that John did lose last year, where he was really, really disappointed to get nothing at all, and a home victory. I don't think it really counts for anything with the sweeping changes that have been made by both squads over the summer, but I really think Crawley have got to be looking to get something out of today's game.
Brilliant. Gary, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I see you running down. Thank you very much for your time. You're on air. Off you go. You're back on air. Thank you very much, Gary. One way that you can support the club is obviously within COVID guidelines, supporting us for hiring out the Reds Bar or looking to speak to Rona and book some Reds Bar. So let's take a little look at Reds Bar and what's been going on over the summer.
Oh my God, it's higher or lower with talk of the town.
Are we on air now? So as we build up to kickoff is just moments away. Obviously you can watch live on the iFollow, so please do head over to the Crawley Town website and log in if you haven't done so already. Just finally, let's take a look at the talk of the town feedback that we've had on Twitter. Ruben Watt is watching at his uni halls in Coventry. Come on you Reds, thank you Ruben. Darren Brown, 1-0 Crawley today, same as last week, fingers crossed that is what happens. Liam Green, very strong lineup, 2-1 win for the Reds with Nichols and Naddison on the score sheet. Looking at the new strike force, hopefully they both come in. Crawley 2-0 win today, that's from Lee Davis. So please and thank you, very straight to the point, Lee Davis. Last week we offered an away shirt to anyone who did it. Tom Allman has done the draw for us and he has pulled out Mr. V, aka Gerard, who wins the away shirt from last week. So congratulations Gerard, you are the winner of a new away shirt. We will do a draw and we will reveal and get in contact with whoever wins the Ballers bundle. Bit chaotic here at Boundary Park. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Head over to iFollow, you can watch the action live. Thank you for joining us once again. We will see you again next week when we are back at the People's Pension. Come on you Reds!